Hey everyone! It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, I know I've been a little bit inactive lately, but that's just because I've been finishing up my final stretch of school and I am finally done! I am now considered a graduate in animation for game, film, and visual effects. At least I hope so. I still have to see that diploma first, but I had the grad ceremony and everything, and I am freaking exhausted! It has been non-stop for the last 3 weeks for me, and I'm not done yet. I still have a lot of packing to do, because I'll be heading home at the end of the month. Fun times! But now that I have some free time to myself and some relaxation, I can finally get back to doing some Let's Plays, art, and all that fancy stuff. Of course, that also means that, yeah, I am actually considered an animator now. I'm thinking I might start opening up some commissions if you guys are interested. But that's not the reason I'm here right now. Right now, it's because I've got a whole list of comments to read. Yep, I haven't forgot about you guys. Trust me, even though I've been super busy, I'm always reading your comments and I love seeing them. It always makes my day. So, without further ado, let's get going. I've got a long list this time. So, first one I have here, those were my knuckles by the way, is from Darku Nunuro. I believe that's how I wrote it down. Looks like it at least. But this comment is from the last video actually. Wow, you speak Portuguese? Anyway, I jumped in your channel by accident about 3 or 4 weeks ago in a Let's Play of Mega Man ZX, and I liked your video style. Hey, I'm glad to hear it. And believe it or not, a lot of the people I subscribe to I came across of just by random chance as well. Accidents, maybe something caught my eye on their video page, who knows, but if it caught your eye and you liked what you see, that's awesome! Glad to see you're enjoying it. Alrighty, so with that one answered, I'm going to head on to the next one here. This one is from Mick for K6 on, well, my comments video from the last time. Thanks for replying to my comments. I know there are many. I'm glad you liked the unboxing video idea, especially for such a limited release box, which I sadly ended up missing. Oh well, there's a few other things I could unbox in the future. After all, there are a bunch of good games coming out in 2017. Oh, I'm super pumped. Alright, continuing on here. I'm glad you're so against forced tutorials since you're planning to get involved in the game industry. That's why I brought up the subject in the first place. By the way, Spectrobe's Origin on the Wii has terrible tutorial if you ever need a touchstone. Touchstone? Okay. Huh. Good to know there are some bad tutorials out there. But yeah, I do feel that a forced tutorial shouldn't be a thing. There are people who just want to jump in the game and experiment on their own. So don't force it upon them. Alright. This next one comes from G-Man Velez, but I've gotten this from a few other users as well. This comment pretty much just says, face cam please. I know a lot of my older subscribers know how I feel about this, but the reason I don't show my face on my videos, with the exceptions of Five Nights at Freddy's that one time, is because I feel it takes away from the game I'm playing. It doesn't really feel more like I'm showing off this person's game anymore and that I'm obligated to show my face because it's my channel. I should be advertising myself when that's not what I'm doing with my channel. I'm doing Let's Plays. It's a hobby, but what I perceive from that is that I'm not showing off my stuff by me. If I were doing that, I would label it as such. What I'm doing when I Let's Play a game is a few things. I'm giving you guys a video walkthrough of some of the games I played as a kid, or even something that I'm really interested in and want to show you guys. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not advertising for myself. I'm actually advertising for these games. Because I think these games are worth the time to play. And I want to get you guys interested, and if it interests you, that's great. If not, hey, you guys had something entertaining to watch from me with my silly banter. That's how I perceive how Let's Plays do. I don't want to make a job out of it, but I enjoy it as a hobby, so that's what I do. I play the games I feel are really fun to play as, and if I can interest you guys in it, that's a bonus, because not only am I encouraging you guys to try something new, I'm encouraging you to try something someone made. Like, for me, who just finished up her schooling, like, the one thing I absolutely love is seeing things come to light. Someone puts so much passion and work into making something, and it's so amazing to see it being loved and adored by people. And that's the one thing I love to do about Let's Playing, is I love these games I play, for the most part. Some exceptions, there are games I've wanted to throw out the window, but I digress there. But I love playing these games. I think that people who made these games did an amazing job, and I want to show that to the world. I want to show them that these games are great, and that's what I want to show off. The moment I put my face in there, I'm pretty much doing a show about me, and it takes away from what I'm actually doing, which is playing the game and showing you guys the game. So for anything face cam related, unless I feel comfortable doing it, I will show my face, but that's a very rare thing because I am not a camera person. It is very hard for you to get me in front of a camera, and with the rare exception of conventions or if I'm in cosplay, that's usually when people will get photos of me. It's very rare to see me. So the closest thing you'll ever get of my actual appearance will be my drawing of me, which is actually the sign-off animation I use. That's actually an interpretation of my self-portrait. So, sorry to disappoint those who really want to see face cam, but I am going to say no to face cam every single time. I apologize for that, but that's just how I am. So, with that little bit of detail and rant out of the way, let's get on to the next comment, because I still got a good list here. This next one here is actually from Captain Avetron? I hope that isn't a typo. Like I said, I'm not very good at pronouncing names, so if I mispronounce anything, I apologize in advance. But this comment from them is, I'm not sure if it would be your kind of game, but if you want a good challenge on figuring out what to do on your own, Shadow of the Colossus is a fantastic game. Had me stumped more than once the first time around. And actually, I've heard of Shadow of the Colossus. Getsumara, actually, my friend, did a Let's Play on the game. I watched the whole thing beginning to end, and it's a beautiful game, especially for being on the PlayStation 2. And I think I actually did a remaster of it not too long ago, but don't quote me on that, my memory sucks. But yeah, that's actually been one of the games I've been wanting to try, see if maybe it is kind of my forte. But if not, like, Getsu's Let's Play on the game is really good, so I suggest it to you guys. But thank you for the suggestion there. I always love getting them. There's definitely a list of games you guys have interested me in that I got so many I need to finish too. Anyways, with that one out of the way, next one here is from Darku Nunuro again. On Mighty No. 9. Mighty No. 9 is a great game. It is fun, and even if it isn't super high 4K textures, it has its beauty. The only thing that makes me upset about this game is the numbers of the insta-death traps on the stages. Welcome to the world of an old side-scrolling platformer. That was pretty much Mega Man 1 in a nutshell. That game was so challenging if you were going for a Buster Run, and my Let's Play is proof of that. Oh, but it was so fun. I loved the challenge and the fact that you had to figure things out. That's why I love Mighty No. 9. It brings back that challenge, and my cat's going nuts. What are you doing, Spaz? She'll probably be running around the room later. But hey, I can't tell you what you like and don't like. That's something no human can do. If it's not your game, hey, that's fine, but if you enjoy it, hey, that's great. For me, I love the game. I really enjoyed it, and I feel the story is actually charming. So, with that, I'm gonna say, yep, Mighty No. 9 is one of my games. And yeah, 4K resolution is really just a 4,000 pixel wide range. The only thing you're doing is actually making more pixels, that's it. Yeah. That's why I only ever do 720, because I can only see 720 pixels without my glasses. 1080 is very hard to see for me. Hey, the more you know about me, right? Anyways, next comment here I've got is from Silver Hunter N. Looks like he's got a few questions here. Let's see. Number 1. Yeah, I don't like region locks. A good friend of mine has to buy a US PlayStation 2 so he can play funny games like Brave Fencer Musashi and Radiata Stories. The games were still worthwhile by far, and we are situated in the UK. Yeah, I don't understand region lock in this day and age. Like, I can understand it for cultural reasons because there's cultures all over the world, and I know there are some games that don't like that. But the one thing that absolutely bugs the ever-living crap out of me is why region lock a portable system? Something you can take all over the world. That makes absolutely no sense to me. But I do have to agree with modern consoles now too, is region lock is pointless at this point. Computers are Unicode. They can run in any type of code, and we can get almost anything with them. At this point, region locking is just literally making it harder to sell your games. At least from my perspective. You could make more money if the games were region free because then people could order your games and the company's still making money. And there goes the cat. It's hard to say with that sometimes. Like, I don't fully understand the business side, so this is more coming from the perspective of someone who's still learning everything. Like, I don't even know if there's anything, like, for Eternal Nights that may be offensive in other religions or cultures, and that's something I don't like to do, because as long as you don't force it upon me, I'm okay with whatever culture you are, whatever gender you are, all of that. But when you force it upon me, it's like, really, no, stop. So, region locking feels the same way. It's like, why region lock this? You know people are interested in it because they want to learn about the game, or even it's the original culture of the game too, sometimes. So, region locking just doesn't make sense to me. There's definitely a lot of games I've been wanting to try, so yeah, that's pretty much my perspective on it all. I try to keep an open mind about it, but if without the information, it's pretty much just, again, my opinion. There's not much else I can do at that point. Anyways, next question he has here is on Mighty Number 9. I won't say much here. For some reason, no matter how much sense I try to put into other people, they just die at me back. So I leave them. That fanbase should be ignored and never can run it again. There is Red Ash, which is being made by Concept, but I really don't think it will go well. Your thoughts on Red Ash? I've actually seen some of the storyboards they have for Red Ash. The game actually is funded by the same company that's doing the animation. Sadly, the Kickstarter for the game didn't go over well, so they don't get any money for bonus stuff like that, but the game and the film are both in production. And based on the storyboard, I find it's really interesting so far. I just hope they don't rush it. That was pretty much Mighty Number 9's flaw, is it got rushed and they tried to do everything at once. Which, in this day and age, a lot of companies do it, so I can see why they tried. But it's more or less like, the failure that happened means they learn from their mistakes, so it won't happen in the future. And it's kind of showing, like they took their time with the Mac version and the Linux version, and I haven't really heard any negativity from that I've seen. I haven't actually set foot on the Mighty Number 9 forums in a while, because, yeah, as you said, there are just some people you can't really reason with because they're stuck in what their opinion. Which, again, it's an opinion. If it's someone who's dead set on seeing that, then that's just the way they see it. You can't change anything. After all, we're all human beings. We all think differently and of our own mind. So there isn't really too much we can do about that. But as for Red Ash, I think it has some promise. And until we can actually see something that's working, like even if it's just a video of the prototype or the beta build, something to see. My thoughts are just open based on the storyboard. I'd love to see this story unfold. And the third question here is, as for forced tutorials, devs should give the option, but fortunately nowadays, most of nowadays games prompt us if we want a tutorial or not. So I don't see what the problem is. Not all games. There are some modern games that still force tutorials on you, and it just bugs me. Oh, and Unlimited Saga has no tutorials, so I had to use walkthroughs to beat the game. Huh. Whatever happened to trial and error? Like, I loved it when games had no tutorials and they just threw you in. It's like, yay, I can figure it out on my own. Okay, what do I have to do here? And then from there, it was literally, I just trialed and error, like, okay, that kills me. Okay, that kills me, and the cat's running around again. That kills me. And it's like, based on every time I died, sure, I get frustrated, but then I'd think about it later, and it's like, If those didn't work, maybe I can find something different. Go back to it, and hey, I found it. I'm just a persistent person, in my opinion. It's like, I love to learn from a game, so the trial and error, sure, it can get frustrating, but it just means I'm enjoying the game. It's challenging. There's a reason I'm getting mad. But yeah, that's my perspective, and a good list of comments from you here. I'm glad you're interested in asking questions, because I definitely love answering them. And I'm actually very happy to be doing this again. Oh, I've even got another list here. Let's see, what do we have? 3 questions? Okay, yeah, let's see here. And if he's only level 1, okay. You know what, it's fine to answer them all here. If you got to live in an anime or game world, which would it be and why? Ooh, that's a good question. If I had the same powers and capabilities as those characters, I'd probably say I'd actually like to live in the ZX universe out in Area C. I could be an undercover guardian who actually has access to one of the biometals, who knows? That's at least my perspective, but there are so many worlds, just so many things to imagine. I guess in this situation, Eternal Nights is pretty much my means of how I would be in a world of fantasy and technology and stuff like that. After all, Jaden is based on one of my type's personalities, which I rarely get to show because my, the way I work in real life is a lot different than the way Jade perceives everything. She's the confidence that I am afraid to show most of the time. Okay, second one here is, if we play games together... Oh, can we play games together? I need to learn to read! Well, I have a new 3DS with Luigi's Mansion 2, Smash 4, and we'll be getting more online-based games like Pokemon Y. Please tell me you do this sort of thing. I'd love to see a recording of you playing with one of us at least. If I could record my 3DS, I totally would, but I just can't afford one of those capture boards. They're so expensive, and if you don't take care of them, the system can, like, crap out super fast. I'd love to get a hold of the tech that they use at conventions for 3DSs, though. As for 3DS games, yeah, I'd be willing to play. I own Smash 4, I've got Pokemon X as well as Omega Ruby, so I'd totally be down for doing Pokemon battles. I've actually been meaning to post up my friend code on my 3DSs. Yes, I've got 2 of them now. I've got a Japanese one and a North American one, so I can play my games. Yay! Oh, that Ace Attorney 5 cartridge can be used now. Mwahaha. Take that, Capcom. Okay, but yeah, I do have actually a bunch of online games, especially with Monster Hunter 4 and Monster Hunter Generations. I do play as a gunner, and my god, it's so hard to fight that stupid Syndrome! I think that's its name, that stupid land shark as a gunner! Ugh. But yeah, I'm thinking of posting up my friend codes later on my YouTube channel after I upload this video if I don't forget. I have a tendency to forget, so you guys can remind me in a comment if you need to. But yeah, I'd totally be up for playing with other people. Like, even on my Wii U, I've got Mario Kart, I've got Smash Brothers, Spaz Cat. I've got a bunch of games that I'd love to play with others. So, if you guys are interested, don't be afraid to let me know. After all, Autumchild is my username, even on my Wii U. So go for it. I'd be okay with seeing some friend requests. Just mention that, hey, I saw this when you mentioned your YouTube comments, and I know it'll be you. Because I don't really answer if no one leaves a message. It's like, hey, I just want to be friends with you. It's like, I do not know who you are. Do you know me in some shape or form? I need to know. I need information. I need context. Ah! I'm strange like that. It's like, I need my information or I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. It's just, I'm a weird person, but I love it. I am super tired and super hyper at the same time. This is not a good sign. And the third question here is, if you had to pick one console to live with for the rest of your life, which would it be and why? Loads of people pick PC only because of its illegal emulators. I would say SNES, assuming it doesn't break, because that is my most favorite game console. Ooh, this is a tricky one for me because I've played almost every single console out there, and I own a lot of game consoles. But if there was any game console I would want to play for the rest of my life, See, this one's hard because there are 2 game consoles that I grew up playing as a kid. One was the Nintendo Entertainment System, and the other was the Sega Genesis. both of those consoles have a great selection of games and a lovely amount of hidden gem games on them. So if I were to pick one, I'd have to say the one I owned when I was a kid would be the Nintendo Entertainment System. Just because I played so many old NES games, I love the challenges for them. There are so many hidden gems of games out there, and some of them are just beautiful. There's one game I own that was made by the former company of Sunsoft that was called Journey to Silius. Not only is the graphics in that game super good, oh my god, the music, it's just upbeat. It makes you want to go through it. I love it! If the game wasn't so hard, I would do a Let's Play of it, but I can only ever make it to stage 4. Well, I'll beat that game one of these days. Anyways, that does it for Silver Hunter N's comments, I believe. So I can move on to the next set here. This next one here is from Zeno El Gato. I pronounced that correctly. El Gato? I probably didn't. I'm horrible. Anyways, the comment is on Mighty Number 9, and it says, "Despite some bad reviews, I might pick this one up. After all, it looks kind of fun, and I'm a huge Mega Man fan. Great video. Glad to see you're interested in it. I've noticed with a lot of reviews lately, they really base it on biased opinions lately, too. Not to say all of them are bad, it's just people set their hopes too high for a game, and it just ends up not being to their liking. I like to go in with a bit of a blank slate when it comes to any game I play that's brand new. A good example, actually, will be Gunvolt 2. I've seen a little bit of it, but I've kept myself pretty much spoiler-free for the most part. I've seen the trailer, and I've listened to the music, and that's it. I know of Gunvolt, I know of Copen, and I know of the characters and a bit of the backstory. Other than that, I'm leaving myself completely in the dark, and I've actually been doing this with Persona 5 as well. I've seen the opening trailer, and I've seen what the title screen looks like, and that is it. I've been pretty good at avoiding a lot of spoilerific stuff. Same with Sonic Mania. Oh, I am actually looking forward to that game, good or not. I love the animation work. But yeah, I go into a lot of my games with like a clean slate when it comes to something new. I try not to get too deep into it because sometimes people's opinions can get in the way. It's like, I don't know now. So when I see a game that I'm interested in, I'll kind of leave myself in the dark. That way I can see if maybe the game is actually any good, and I can give my own solid opinion of how I feel of the game. Doesn't mean you have to accept it, doesn't mean you have to like it, but it lets you know how I feel about the game. And that's what matters to me, is how I feel when I play these games. But yeah, it's always good to see that I can encourage people to see the better side of the game too, even if it's gotten such a horrible reputation from so much negativity. There's always some good trait that people just miss, and that's something I try to always find. After all, you can't see the good in the world without being it, right? Anyways, this next comment here is on my video game showcase. I do not know which one. I think this one might have been from Sonic R. But it's from a user called AndMe. Oh, my throat's getting dry here. Anyways, comment reads, "Just found your channel, binged watched a few videos and I love it. Your LPs are great and I'd love to see more videos like this. Keep up the amazing work." Hey, thank you. I'm very glad that you like my work. As long as you guys enjoy it, that's all I care about. I'm not a big numbers person. I don't care about money at all. As you can tell by my channel, there's no monetization on it, and if there are videos, it's because there was some copyright issues. But hey, they legally have the right to use that stuff, so yeah, they can make money off my videos if they want. After all, I don't own it. I just own my voice. And my own artwork. That one I know how to deal with copyright on, so yeah. But hey, I'm glad you guys enjoy this. So with that, I'm gonna go to the next comment here. Oh, this one actually confused me a little bit. This one's from Nuketastic Disaster on Gunvolt, and his response is, "It's the female Clement." I don't know if I should take that as a compliment, or if I'm being told I act like somebody else. I think it's just because of my fact that I'm a Canadian, and maybe the fact that him and I talk very similarly too, from what I've seen. Because I do follow Clement's channel, and I like his work as well. I actually went back and watched his Star Fox 64 not too long ago. I enjoy it. He's really good at the game. I suck at it. But yeah, I'm not sure how to perceive this comment. At the moment, I'm going to just take it as a compliment and say thank you. Guess I do have some talent just as much as Colette does. Yay! Anyways, next comment here is on Mega Man 04 from Pro Gamer. Wow, you've got 1,000 subscribers and I have got 9. Hey, everyone starts at the bottom. For the longest time, like, I only had maybe about 100 subscribers for a good year and a half. Don't quote me on that, it's been a very long time since then. It's actually yeah, I think it's officially been 7 years that I've been Let's Playing now. It's been a long time. And I'm only just starting to reach the 2,000 mark. Like, this is amazing to me. I never expected I would get this far. And I've got all of you wonderful people to thank for that. So don't just stop because you got a low amount. You keep going, you get found, and people get interested in your work. So keep up the good work. That's all I gotta say. Sometimes it can be hard. Sometimes there are days where it's like, do I really need to do this? Or it's like, I don't want to do this, but you'll come back to it and say, I'm glad I did this. And that's actually how it is for me. I go back and I look at my first Let's Play, it's like, oh my god, this is horrible. But I never forget where I started because it's how I started. It's what started this passion. And I hope you guys feel the same way about your own channels. We have our own ways of creating things, and that's how we show our passion. Okay, next comment I've got here is from Dark Nunuro again, on Mighty Number 9. Laughing, saying, fun video. And wait, you're a 3D animator? I definitely am. I have dabbled in Autodesk Maya, and it's tricky to use at first. I'm still figuring it out, but I'm getting better at it. I've actually got with my demo reel up on my actual channel here, you can see some of the work I've done. It's tricky to use at first, but if you keep improving upon it, it's fun to use. I would love to actually try out some other models if I could and animate with them, but it really comes down to if people are interested in wanting me to animate their characters. Of course, because it is a profession, I would want to actually get paid for it, but even if it was just to test out a beta model too, like it's something that, hey, I'm just messing around with, could you test it out? I'd totally do that. And if you were interested, I could show it off on my channel, of course, without being charged, and I would credit the person who made it. But that's just me. Talking about myself again. I am so tired. I'm glad I get to sleep in. Anyways, let's head on to the next comment here. After I take a sip of my pop here. Alright. I got another comment here from Mick4K6. And this one is Autumchild. Did you ever get Mighty Gunvolt? Well, because I was a backer of Mighty Number 9, I got a free copy of Mighty Gunvolt on my Steam account. I actually intend on showing off that game one of these days. How and when? We'll have to find out. But yeah, I have it. 3 times over. I have no qualms about owning multiple copies of games, especially of games I love. After all, I've got 3 copies of Mighty Number 9 right now, going to be 5 soon. Yep, I enjoy that game a lot, and I love seeing the differences between the consoles. Alright, next comment here I've got is from Succubus Lover on my Shantae video, saying, hey, I just subscribed to you and I'm glad for it now. I heard about these games years ago and never got to playing them. If I ever see the games for a system, I know where to go for a walkthrough too. But if I don't, I know what happens in them, so thanks. I'm very glad I got to show off Shantae, especially with how popular it's getting now. I'm glad to see it went from such an obscure little game in the past to something very popular and entertaining now. And we're almost actually done with the list. Holy cow, I've been recording for about half an hour now. Holy. Anyways, next comment here I've got is from the Game Boy on Mighty Number 9. How have you ever heard of Rabby Ribby? You would probably like it. And I have heard of that game. Naka Talili actually did a Let's Play of the game, and it's interesting. It's definitely a Metroidvania platformer, kind of mixed with the Toho bullet hell, but I feel some of the balancing issues are off, and I got super lost in the story. But it does seem like an interesting game. I've thought of maybe giving it a try at one point, but I'm not sure on that one yet. But I have heard of it. Anyways, next comment I've got here is on Freedom Planet from Alex Krusip. I apologize if I pronounced that name wrong, as I do with all the names I pronounce incorrectly. Anyways, the comment is, won't you continue to sell P? I just made a Steam account just for this game. And I do intend on going back to Freedom Planet. When I first Let's Played the game, Mila's adventure story wasn't even finished yet. I was actually patiently waiting to see if they would release her adventure mode, and now that I know it's out, I do intend on recording it. However, because I have been playing a lot of games lately and been so busy, I haven't been able to actually record, and I do have 2 games lined up next, but after that I intend on going back to Freedom Planet to do Mila's story. So, all I have to say is, hold tight to your seat, friend, because I will be playing Mila's adventure. Alright, so a few more left here. This next one is on Mighty Number 9 from Soul X. Have you ever considered voice acting? You sound pretty entertaining. I've thought about it in the past, but I don't know how well I would be at it. I'd have to actually, well, I guess based on my Autumchild asks, I think I do a pretty decent job. Though her voice is so hard to do. It's so deep and alluring that it's very hard to keep. Ow, that actually hurt. My voice is actually getting a little hoarse because I've been talking for so long, but I've thought about it. I'd actually like to try for voice acting, even if I'm not a professional, but hey, who knows? Maybe in the future my voice could end up in a game because someone's interested in the way I speak. Though I slur my words a lot, oh my god. So, with that answered, I've got the next one here from FireM78910 on Chelsea and the Seven Devils. You know any more unknown Metroidvania games? Oh. Off the top of my head, I can't say I do at the moment, but I do come across some pretty good ones, so who knows, maybe in the future you'll see another Let's Play, another one. It all depends on if I can find it. After all, I have a knack for finding some hidden gems of games. Alright, so this next comment actually is on my Fukureta fan dub and fan cover of the song Mysterious Function from Abigail. Can I use Destiny? I'm a little confused with this one because I'm not sure exactly what you're asking to use. Is it like the lyrics itself, the English version? What is it? Like, it's just such a vague question. I'm not exactly sure what you're asking here. It's like, what do you want to use? Is pretty much what I'm asking. So if you can clarify that one for me, I can give you a better answer on this one. Because there are a few things that I'd say no to. One would definitely be my animation, because that is something of my own, and it is of Jade. The other thing I would have to say is the song I actually don't own. It's owned by someone else, but it's just a fan cover of the song. The original Japanese lyrics are the actual Japanese lyrics itself, but if it's the English lyrics, we could see what's going on here, because at the moment I don't exactly know what you're asking. I can't speak to save my life. So if you wanted to give me a reply to the question there, I can totally see what we can do. Anyways, that means I've only got 2 comments left here on this list, and they're both actually on Pokemon Crystal. First one here is from Louis Duarte. I love your playthrough. Your voice reminds me of Trudy Campbell from Mad Men. Amazing. I feel bad because I feel I should know what Mad Men is and Trudy Campbell. Oh, I feel so bad, but I accept the compliment so much. Thank you. I so need some sleep. Good thing it's weekend. Anyways, the last one I have here is from Miss Zelda Fangirl. I know this was made 3 years ago, but Jaden, you are on your way to having a great channel. I just started this LP, but the comedy is fantastic. Wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much for that. I'm very glad you're enjoying what you see, and I hope you enjoy what's to come. And I say that for all of you guys. As usual, I always look forward to seeing your comments, everyone, because I just enjoy reading them. And I'm really glad you enjoy everything on the channel. Who knows, I might just do something special for 2,000 subscribers too. I'm actually almost there, and I didn't expect to get there so quickly. So, with that, I'm gonna sign off because I need sleep. But don't worry, I've got some recording done, so I should have some YouTube videos up, and I promise I will get to those Bunny Must Die translations in time. I still have to get settled down a little bit here. But with that, I'm gonna stop here. I hope you guys all enjoyed this, I wanted to say this month's. This video's comments video. This is Autumchild saying I'll see you all next time.